We are live at the 52nd Annual CMA Awards in Nashville on New Country 97.1 Hank FM with a guy who, this always happens, every time I see Justin Moore, I've either just seen him or I'm about to see him.
It seems like that. Right?
Yeah, good to see you again.
I come in bunches,
yeah,
which I don't know if it's a good thing.
When you're busy and you're working, you have a good balance like that. I don't know if you feel like this, but I certainly, from watching from the outside, think you have a good balance. You spend a lot of time with your family. We see you on social media spending a lot of time with them. But when you go to work, you work hard. And when you have a new song out like you do now, when you're working on a new album, you do come and you work very, very long, hard days.
Yeah, we do. I was just saying, these types of weeks are fun. They're a lot of work, but they're a lot of fun. And I'm starting a day late and working longer hours this week because my daughter had her first basketball game of the year last night, so I couldn't miss that. And so, but you got to find that balance for your family time and work time because you don't want either to suffer.
Yeah. Was the score 4-2 as they are at that age?
14-12
wow.
or something. But we actually did. She's finally moved up to where it's like real rules. You got to line up for free throws, and you got to, they call fouls, they call walks, they call double dribbles.
Oh, wow.
You got to throw it in, all that stuff. And so this was the first time doing that, and we just did a practice game, 2 15-minute halves that just ran continuously. And so when they stopped the clock, I think we could get 20 a game with the kids we have. We'll see. But I was proud of them for the first time they'd ever done that, situational type basketball. But
what kind of a sports dad are you? You quiet? You loud?
Well, I'm a coach, so I got to be loud.
Oh, all right.
I'm worse to my daughter than I am any of the rest of them. I'm sweet with the rest of them, but I think that's kind of par for the course for anybody who coaches their kids. But
which my dad did when I played basketball, and I never got put into the game. I was always like, can I play a little bit here or not?
And he was way harder on you than anybody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I went up for a layup one time, collapsed on my knee, and he said, get up and run it off. And I tried to run it off, and I collapsed again. And I was out for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Crawl it off the court then.
Yeah, get out of the way. Yeah. We're winning. When I was a kid, too, when you're that age in the basketball games, you always had the local write-up in the little newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have that in your community?
We did when I was growing up. I'm sure they still do. My parents still saved or still have saved all the clippings with my name on it from whether it was, I went 3 for 4 in baseball or I had 15 points in whatever it was. They still have that stuff.
Now,
but they also still have my teeth that they pulled. So they have weird stuff now.
Really? Well, you're giving them a lot more to put in scrapbooks these days. Are they still keeping up with all your clippings and all your stuff?
They did until I had kids. Now they could care less about anything to do with me.
Right? Yeah. So now it's all about the
kiddos.
Now, how are the girls doing with the baby brother?
They're good. We definitely have more help than we need.
Yeah.
But it's fun to see, the dynamic change when you add another one to the family, and they're really good with him and sweet with him and love him to death. And it's one of those things you every child that you're about to have, you go, oh, how's this going to go? And then when you have them, you go, I can't imagine our life without he or she. So it's been fun to watch that dynamic of our family change with him being a part of it.
Now, we talked recently about new music, but for those who haven't heard yet about the album, you're working on a brand new song too, the ones that didn't make it back home, which just perfect for Veterans Day that we just observed, and a great song, one of the most successful ones of your career already, right out of the gate.
Yeah, I think it's I'm proud to be a part of it. I'm proud that I had the idea to write it and fortunately wrote it, and I don't know where these ideas come from. God sends them sometimes, and I'm thrilled that he did with this one. But because I think it's the same type of song as If Heaven Wasn't So Far Away, in the regard that that song was a hit, and that's good for your career and all that. But even more special is I've heard story after story over the years of how it helped people through a difficult time, and I'm hopeful that this song has the same kind of impact.
And as far as the new album goes, what are you aiming for a release on that?
I would assume we're going to try to get it out first quarter. We're done. I'm done with it. We just got to name it and slap some pictures on it and do all that artwork kind of stuff. But we're done with it, and I think it's the best. it's not hard to speak. I'm really proud of it. I think it's the best music I've made. So.
Well, we look forward to that. New music from Justin Moore in the new year, and Merry Christmas early to you and the
too,
family.
Buddy. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for hanging out with us here at the 52nd Annual CMA Awards in Nashville on New Country 97.1 Hank FM.